boys and girls, Miss Flatt here, and I am going to work with you guys today on dissecting a seed. We know that a seed is something that is used to be planted in the ground and it will eventually grow up to be a plant. But there are many different parts to a seed that help the seed to grow into a plant, and we're going to look at some of those parts today. So I'm going to turn my camera down so that you can see. Right now I have some seeds that have been soaking in water for about a day. So they look a lot bigger and puffier than they normally would. I'm going to take my seeds out. I have 2 of them. And you can see that part of my seed has started to crack right here. That's perfectly normal. That is what our seed does when it sits in water for a long time. So there is a small, very thin layer of our seed, and I'm just going to start peeling that part off. This part, it may not come off all in one piece, but this is called the seed coat. The seed coat's job is to protect the seed. Oh, there we go. Now we got a nice big piece. So this seed coat, it wraps around the seed kind of like a jacket, and it protects the seed in case there's anything that might harm it. It keeps it from getting scratched up in the ground in case there's any rocks or animals. So this is the seed coat. You can see that it's kind of clear looking. It just wraps around the seed. And then here is our seed without the seed coat on it. We can split this into 2 parts. And when we split our seed into 2 parts, this part that we can see here is called the cotyledon. The cotyledon provides food for the plant as it begins to grow underground. Once the plant starts to show itself above the ground, it's able to make its own food using sunlight. But while it's under the ground, the plant has to use the cotyledon to find food. Now, another part of the plant that you'll see right here in this tiny little nook here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is called the embryo. The embryo of the plant is like the baby plant. Oh, and it came apart here. This is like a baby plant. It is called an embryo because it has not grown up into a plant yet. Once the seed has been planted, this is the part that will grow and become the plant. It uses the food from the cotyledon to become stronger and to grow up nice and big. I'll open up my other seed to see if maybe we can see a different example of the embryo. Sometimes the embryos might look different, and you can actually see part of the embryo right here in this other seed. So it's starting, when we soak it, it starts the embryo to start growing out of that seed. So I'm just going to take this seed coat off. Sometimes you have to kind of peel at it a little bit, and it doesn't always come off in one piece, but that is okay. Here's a much better example. This is the embryo. It just popped right out of this seed right here. So the embryo of our seed is right here. This is the part that will eventually become the plant. It's like a baby plant. Let's see if there's any more parts to it since it kind of broke off while it came out. Here we go. We've got the seed coat taken off. Oh, this is a good one. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so glad that we opened this seed. So here you can see this part. It's very fragile and delicate because it's been soaking in water, and I just broke part of it. So this is the embryo. It's broken apart a little bit, but you can even see in this embryo, it has some tiny little leaves. So this seed is very ready to become a plant. So the embryo was starting to grow inside of the seed, and it even has these 2 little leaves right here. I'm going to see if I can make it to where you can see them a little bit better. There are 2 leaves in our embryo, and you can see them right here. Maybe if I hold my hand right here, just like this, kind of looks like a lost tooth. But this is the seed, the embryo, and here are the leaves that were inside of that embryo. Isn't that neat, you guys? All right. So, just to review, we looked at the different parts of the seed. We know that the seed coat protects the seed while it's under the ground before it starts growing. The cotyledon, and in a lima bean seed, there are two cotyledon. It's called a dicot. The cotyledon gives food for the seed before it starts growing. And then the embryo is like a baby plant. The embryo will grow up to become the plant. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope you guys learned a lot about seeds today. Have a great day.